We had all these cool little artifacts. But the coolest thing that I saw is the shoreline. If you've ever watched the Ten Commandments movie, they had that big pillar of fire that came down. That's mentioned in the Bible, this pillar of fire. I just pictured these flames coming down. But when you go to that shoreline where it's documented to happen, the entire shoreline is melted sand. And it takes about 3,000 degrees or more to melt that sand. And it's evenly melted. You can almost see like footprints. There's stones infused in this melted sand. This is amazing. You don't hear about it. If it was a proof of evolution, it would be in every single textbook. But it's a proof that there was an exodus, like we're having today. You're talking about the exodus, people leaving the cities. We have proof that the Red Sea crossing happened. Like proof, not just artifacts on the bottom. We had those. We had chariot wheels on the bottom of the Red Sea. We had all these cool little artifacts. But the coolest thing that I saw is the shoreline. If you've ever watched the Ten Commandments movie, they had that big pillar of fire that came down. That's mentioned in the Bible, this pillar of fire. I just pictured these flames coming down. But when you go to that shoreline where it's documented to happen, the entire shoreline is melted sand. And it takes about 3,000 degrees or more to melt that sand. And it's evenly melted. You can almost see like footprints. There's stones infused in this melted sand. This is amazing. You don't hear about it. If it was a proof of evolution, it would be in every single textbook. But it's a proof that there was an exodus, like we're having today. You're talking about the exodus, people leaving the cities. We have proof that the Red Sea crossing.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful leg, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning silence and staying in order. Right? And also to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Who we know on this side of the hemisphere as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. I say to you all, shalom. Alright, so as you saw that video, was about, one of many artifacts that they see. Matter of fact, hold on, I got another one.
The archaeological evidence found for Sodom and Gomorrah is completely overwhelming. Check this out. In this area, they have found almost pure sulfur balls, some of the most pure on the planet. These are uniquely round and are about 90 to 100% pure. Most sulfur is yellowish in color and is about 40 to 50% pure. But wait, here's another crazy discovery. Archaeologists have discovered in these areas around the cities about 1.5 to 5 million bodies in graves. But what they found in these graves with the bodies will shut the mouths of many skeptics. In these graves, scientists have found traces of wheat, barley, dates, plums, peaches, grapes, figs, pistachio nuts, almonds, olives, pine nuts, lentils, chickpeas, flaxseed, and watermelon. The Bible says that this area was well watered everywhere, like the Garden of the Lord or the beautiful land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And lastly, there are many structures found around the area that are just ash. This isn't even half of the archaeological evidence found for Sodom and Gomorrah. If you know the Bible is true, click follow or subscribe now. The archaeological
proof that Noah's flood Here's proof that Noah's flood in the Bible really did happen. Check this out. Scientists have found the fossils of fish on the peaks of the Himalayan mountains, a fact which contributes to the theory that the entire earth was once completely covered in water. That was Noah's flood. Here's proof that
Did Noah's Ark and the Great Flood really happen? There is breathtaking evidence that proves the story of a man named Noah, a giant ship, and a flood that destroyed the world was not just a fairy tale, a myth, or a wives' tale, but an event that should be recognized as one of the most incredible events to hit this planet. The evidence of the worldwide flood is everywhere. In the Bible, it says that all of the mountain tops were submerged in water. In 1953, Edmund Hillary climbed Mount Everest. When he reached the 26,000 foot mark, for the next 3,000 feet he found seashells and clams everywhere. There has been many accounts of seashells and clams being found on top of many mountain tops. This really proves that Noah's Ark really happened. If you believe that the flood really happened, tap the flood was real enough.
This proof that the Bible is true is going to blow your mind. Genesis chapter 8, Noah's Ark. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Dun 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 dun! Mount Ararat. This is Noah's Ark. In modern-day Turkey, ancient Mount Ararat. This is not just a rock formation. Not only does the location line up, but it's the right size, shape, and the exact biblical link that the ark was supposed to be. This is Noah's Ark from the Bible, from history. Ah! This proves
Yo,
that the
Salakia,
Bible,
man, for this guy being goofy, but yeah, man. So we don't really care too much about outside. What are these sciences called? Archaeology and history and all these men that come up with theories, right? We believe in the scriptures, right? If it lines up with what we see, right, scriptures take the front seat, right? But the Lord said that these things will be here, man, for us to remember. Right, it's for our learning, right? This is why Yahweh Hashem Yahushai does things and puts certain situations in place, right? Because in a snap of a finger, the Lord could have just created the heavens and hierarchy and order from the get, but the Lord wants it this way, man. The Lord wants these things to happen in order, right? People are starting to see that the Bible is true, but there's more non-believers now than there's believers, right? This is for the elect's sake, the 1/3 and the 144,000 who will believe, man. The rest will be blinded, right? So there's videos like this as faith boosters, so to speak. We'll go to Psalms 85 verse 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth. Right, when something springs out, it's going to pop up. Right, a spring is a living water, living body of water, man. Knowledge. Right, it's also symbolic with water. Right, the scriptures say that, paraphrasing, those who believe in me, as the scriptures has said, out of their belly shall flow bodies of living water, I believe it says. Salakia. Right, so when it talks about the truth springing out of the earth, man, is these archaeological finds that people are finding and tying it back to the scriptures, man, which is again faith boosting. Right, because without faith, it is impossible to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right, this is going to be a quick video, man. It's going to go straight to the point. Right, Isaiah chapter 32, verse 3. Reads, "And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The eyes of them that see shall not be dim." Right? This is faith boosting, man. Right? With faith comes more faith. Yes, there's people that's going to depart from the faith because they was never with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to begin with, man. They were just vessels to be used for the next person, man. But for those who will see, their eyes shall not be dim. This is John chapter 20 and verse 28. It said, "And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my God. And Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed." Right? These are people at that time where, faith came easy to them because they was side by side with Yahushua, seeing the miracles, You know, I mean, I could just imagine probably being around Yahweh Shai. You could sense it, right? For those who were made to, right? So having faith was easy then, right? This is what he said. Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed, right? This is the when the truth springs out of the earth, the people who believe will increase in faith, man, because you know, we don't really have physical things to believe in, man, besides, you know, the scriptures, you know, and the little bit of information we got now. So when something pops up like that, man, it's a straight faith booster, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Right? Well, I try to share those things with new believers, you know, the archaeological finds, because when you first walk into this thing, you know, you still got a lot of carnality in you, right? So you require to see things in order to believe, right? And this is why we go into history, and you know, we show you to link it back to the scriptures, man, because that's how new believers, you know, grow in this thing, right? But I ain't gonna make this too long, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from, right? Shalom to you, ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, right? And also a healthy shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So we know this side of the hemisphere as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I say to you all, shalom.